This state has failed. This country has collapsed. Is there any doubt in anybody's mind that the fake federation called Nigeria, which was the product of colonial ideology, has collapsed? This phony country, whose originating ideology was to invalidate African history, philosophy, and humanism, and treat African people like goods and products, which can be packaged and consigned in boxes and bundles like bales of cotton or drums of palm oil, is now the shame of the black man all over the world. The mere existence of one Nigeria has shamed and traumatized black people all over the world, so much so that it would appear that the centerpiece of the chastisement handed down to Africans by their own son, the President of the United States, President Barack Obama, in Accra, Ghana, during his recent visit there, was Nigeria. The centerpiece of that chastisement was indeed evil Nigeria. Nigeria is uniquely evil because it has become the incubator of all the evil that is permeating most parts of Africa and now extending into Europe. Nigeria is uniquely evil because it taught the otherwise spiritual and humane people of Black Africa the evil of perpetrating genocide on their neighbors. Between 1966 and 1970, Nigeria committed unspeakable atrocity, genocide on the Igbo and other people of Biafra by slaughtering 100,000 innocent people in cold blood in all towns and cities in northern and western Nigeria, and wickedly starving to cruel, slow, agonizing death 3 million Igbo and Biafran babies, children, pregnant women, old women and old men. Nigeria became the personification of evil, and it did not take long before some people in Rwanda copied this sadistic, satanic behavior from their big brother Nigeria, and then went on to commit genocide on their neighbors. Today, the lesson of how to commit genocide on neighboring ethnic groups, scripted, thought, modeled, and perfected by satanic Nigeria, has spread to other parts of Africa, including the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Darfur, Sudan. The seeds of sadistic hooliganism, genocide, destruction, and devastation of humanity, sown and dispersed by evil Nigeria, have grown into giant satanic trees with roots all over Africa, and is devouring millions of innocent people and thousands of African communities. Nigeria is indeed evil. However, our hope and the truth is that humanity has redeeming qualities. Even the evil Third Reich of Nazi Germany under Adolf Hitler was eventually defeated and dismantled. It is this hope that humanity has redeeming qualities that kept Biafrans alive till today. And now, that evil state called Nigeria has collapsed. It is in shambles. It is in the process of being dismantled. What you are looking at, which actually still looks like a country, is a shell, the heap of hair and bones left behind after a dead animal has decayed and rotted away. That is the Nigeria that you are looking at today. Do you want evidence that Nigeria is a failed state? Okay, here it is. Breakdown of law and order. If you have been to Nigeria recently or done business in Nigeria, you do not need anyone to tell you that Nigeria is a country in the firm grip of anarchy. The state has ceased to provide the most fundamental responsibility of any modern state, which is the guarantee of law and order and the protection of its citizens. In Nigeria, Individuals are now totally responsible for their own safety and protection. Nigerian citizens are at the mercy of the Nigerian army, police, customs, fundamentalist Islamic police called Hisbah, who kill these citizens with impunity, rape women with flourish, often in the open markets, in police barracks, and in army camps. The Nigerian police and army set up roadblocks on the highways and waterways and demand bribe from motorists and boaters. Citizens are shot with reckless abandon for failing to give enough bribe money or for not having enough money on them when the soldiers and police demand it. Bands of the Nigerian army and police routinely go into towns and villages, kidnap women of their choice, load them into army trucks at gunpoint, take them to their barracks, and gang rape them for days on end. No questions asked. Parents who attempt to go to the barracks to rescue their daughters or wives must pay big bribe money to have their raped daughters released to them, and sometimes are themselves detained only to be released on payment of ransom. Agents of the Nigerian government are now the greatest threats to the lives and safety of the people of Eastern Region Biafra. Businessmen and women from Eastern Region Biafra who import goods from foreign countries must clear those goods at Lagos ports, despite the fact that there are ports at Port Harcourt, Calabar, and Warri in the Eastern Region Biafra. The consequence is that containers of goods belonging to businessmen and women from Eastern Region Biafra are confiscated arbitrarily and for no reason at all. The goods are then sold by the Hausa Fulani and Yoruba customs officers who pocket the money and make themselves rich. Sometimes such goods imported by Biafrans are arbitrarily confiscated and then given away as gifts to the northern emirs and western obas, the traditional rulers from Hausa Fulani Yoruba ethnic groups, who sell the goods, pocket the money, and enrich themselves. This act of open robbery, open brigandage by the Nigerian government is costing Biafrans billions of dollars of lost wealth every year. The greatest enemy anyone from Eastern Region Biafra has today is Nigeria, in the Nigerian government and its security agents. Total breakdown of social services. One of the responsibilities of any functional modern state is the provision of social services for its citizens. Such services include electricity, water, good road, rail, and air transportation. Onitsha, the commercial nerve center of Eastern Region Biafra, with a population of over 3 million people, has not had potable water in over 30 years. A 30-year-old man or woman who has lived in Onitsha all his life and has never traveled outside Nigeria may not be able to imagine or describe what pipe-borne water that comes out of a faucet is or looks like. The same is true of Aba, another commercial nerve center in Eastern Region Biafra, with a population of nearly 3 million people. Port Harcourt, with a population of over 2 million people. And Enugu, Umuahia, Calabar, Uyo, Warri, Nsukka, Asaba, and other towns in the Eastern Region Biafra. Despite being taxed and forced to pay huge electricity bills, the government of Nigeria is incapable of providing that basic service to its citizens. As a result, Nigeria is the world's #1 importer of electric generators. Thousands of people die from carbon monoxide poisoning as a result of operating electric generators in poorly ventilated areas of their homes and apartments. Nigeria is the most dangerous place in the world to fly in an airplane. The 19th century planes flying in Nigerian airspace can only be described as flying mugs. Rail transport has completely broken down. So, what is left in social services? Nothing. It's all gone. The state has completely abdicated its responsibility. Nigeria is a non-functional state.